So we're still harvesting this one field, and I'd like to show you the state of this wheat. It's kind of ridiculous, and it's what happens whenever your wheat gets hailed on and it's really good wheat. It probably would have been north of 100 bushels per acre, but since it got so much hail and rain after the hail, it just dropped so much wheat, and it also all fell down. And so we're gonna get down, but first I want you to see how much dust we're kicking up. This is how much dust he's kicking up, and it's killing me. It's really affecting my asthma. I'm allergic to wheat dust and rust, and it makes life fun. Anyways, so this here is the state of our wheat. It's all laying down, and as you can see, there's a lot of it, and all of it has to go through the combine. So whenever we cut, instead of just cutting, halfway through the stalk, and instead of cutting, like right here, we're having to cut all the way to the bottom. And so this right here is how low we have to go. And this really affects how fast you can go and how productive you can be. So usually in about 90 to 100 bushel wheat, you could go about, between 2.5 and 3.5 mile an hour with the S770. But since it's all laying down, and it goes from, I don't know, probably 30 to 130 bushels per acre, you go like 1 mile an hour, and a lot of times it gets so bogged up that it'll try and throw it over the header. So we've cut, I think, about 80 acres, and we're going about 4 acres per hour, and there's 230 acres total. So we got about 150 acres left, and it's really long, and it takes about an hour and a half to get a combine load. So I pretty much just sit around and watch him go and make sure that all our wells are going and all that stuff. And so it makes for a really, really, really long day. So about 3 to 4 hours before we get a truckload. It's pretty brutal, but at least it's still pretty decent wheat. And the worst part about it is all of that has rust, mold, and it really, really gets into your lungs, and it really affects almost everybody if you've been in it a long enough time. But at night, it really does hit me pretty hard. But yep, the conditions are pretty miserable, but it's money.